Kenya, Jambo World, and welcome to Good and Happy News TV. It's my hope that you're keeping well and safe. So why don't we get a dose of all the good and happy happenings from Kenya and around the world? In the headlines, we tell you what you need to do if you are in a pregnancy-related emergency and need to get to hospital during curfew hours. We also tell you why your favorite DJ has nothing on Samuel Gitao. Plus, which person are you during these quarantine times? Well, you pick your category. Welcome to Good and Happy News TV. Today we begin with a program aimed at serving Kenyans in their hour of greatest need amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Mama to the Rescue is a program with a goal to feed our frontline heroes as they fight the coronavirus. The goal is to raise 200 million shillings in a mix of cash, goods and services to supply a minimum of 8,000 cooked meals daily to frontline workers for the next 120 days. I had a conversation with the good people over at Mama to the Rescue. Here is more.
The initiative was to try to bring the hospitality and the tourism industry together and do something good. So was therefore to bring hotels and restaurants that had to close, but at the same time give an opportunity for them to keep using their facilities, keep using their staff to create something, to do some good.
Fantastic, and it's got a very catchy name. Why Mama to the Rescue? I know it resonates very well with what you're doing, but why Mama to the Rescue? There must be a story to that.
There is. So doesn't matter how old you are, if you're 2 years old, 50 years old, 70 years old, when you're feeling not too good, when you're feeling under the weather, when your health is not too well, when you have a knockdown and something in life, all you want is a bit of mama food, of
True.
mama cuddle, a bit
Mama
of a
love.
hug from your mama. Yes, absolutely. So that's where the name came from, that, you know, who best knows you best, then you know, just say everything will be okay, then mama.
Still focusing on the good happenings all around us as we battle this pandemic, we shine the light on the Wheels for Life initiative, which brings together many partners with the aim of ensuring that pregnant women have access to medical care during curfew hours. I had a chat with Kenya Healthcare Federation's Dr. Elizabeth Wala, and she took us through this amazing program.
We have noticed that our mothers who need to access healthcare services are coming in the morning either with complications or on themselves or on the babies, or even having maternal deaths, or people dying at home.
Because of
So
not being able to respond for example, in the night.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because say for example someone is bleeding at night, they do need intervention at that particular moment, and it's something that can't wait until morning. I was approached by a colleague of mine, Dr. Jemima Karaoke, who's the initiator of this very noble cause. And believe it or not, she was doing it using her own resources. She went on Twitter. So she's a postgraduate student studying obstetrics and gynecology at the University of Nairobi. And she realized that they're seeing these women complicated or even dead on arrival the next morning, and she believed that she could do something as an individual. So she started a campaign on Twitter, and she put out her number, her personal number, and said, if someone requires support to get to a facility, you're an expectant woman, this is the number to call. I'll get you there. So she's been using her own means, her own resources out of her pocket to get cabs for people to access these services, but you know, this is not sustainable. So she reached out to me and told me, what could we do together? At the same time, coincidentally, Bolt, which is a transport company specializing in taxis and other things, had also approached it. But their initiative at the time was to see how to get health workers to
embrace it
to the facilities, because even health workers are experiencing trouble moving to and from, even during the curfew. And we had looked, as Kenya Healthcare Federation, we had looked at the initial proposal for healthcare workers, and it was going to be very tedious in terms of identifying, because they are all over the place, and the number of rides that had been offered at the time were too few. They were going to be snapped up in 2 days, so it didn't make financial sense. And then health workers already have a pass that enables them to access service, transport, or rather to move around at night, because they are part of the essential services. So when we spoke with Dr. Jemima, I went back to Bolt, the company, and said, look, what about, how about we change this towards meeting the community's needs? Because you have the rights, she has an initiative that she's already started. How can we bring the two together? So that's how the conversation started.
Remember, if you are in a pregnancy-related emergency and need to get to hospital during curfew hours, just dial the toll-free line that is 1196. 1196. Now, many of you may have heard the story of a widow in Kisauni, Mombasa County, who resorted to boiling stones for her children to stop crying, to give illusions to her kids that there was food. Now, the story has touched the hearts of many, which followed up with well-wishers from across the country coming forward to offer a helping hand to Penina Kitsao.
Nilikuwa kilio changu ni watoto wanapata shida chakula, lakini nimeona Kenya yetu watu wamenishika mkono. Ninashukuru Mungu sana. Hata sina la kusema, yote ni Mungu peke yake ndiye anaweza.
Amazing stuff. Indeed, life for her will never be the same, which goes to show that even when faced with a crisis, Kenyans can and will show up in support for those in need. Now, in the absence of football, local and international, due to the suspension of almost all tournaments in the world, has left millions of football fans with very little to watch on television and no action in stadiums, even in the backyards. However, this has not stopped Kenyan youth from creating a little football heaven right here in the heart of the empty Nairobi's CBD streets. Now, your favorite DJ can get you on your feet, but can he or she do it using their smartphone? Well, sometimes you don't need to have everything to achieve your dreams. Just start with what you have. Meet one Samuel Gitao, bringing you entertainment at the comfort of your home on his Facebook page using his smartphone. Yes, you heard that right. He's using just his phone to DJ. Now, the following story is one that caught many Kenyans by surprise. Embakasi Member of Parliament Babu Owino took to Facebook live stream to revise the mathematics subject with thousands of his followers, perhaps to give a helping hand to the KCSE candidates at home during this pandemic. Our take home from this, just like Mheshimiwa, we can all offer a helping hand during this crisis in our own special ways.
Today's class we have mathematics, and I would like to tell learners that mathematics is the easiest subject on earth. I hope you will enjoy today as my students. Number one, we have differentiation. Question number one. The first thing when you are faced with such a challenge in finding the derivative, you first of all expand the bracket. Then we expand it. Y is equal to 3x times 5 is 15x. 3x times 4x, we get 12x squared. X times x is x squared.
Now, just what type of person are you in quarantine? We are all doing our best handling this isolation time and making the best of it. So here's a rundown of all the types of people we think are out there during this quarantine time. Have a look.
God, is anybody hungry again?
This is a huge marketing ploy by the hand sanitizer companies. It's actually the 5G attacking our brains. It's the aliens.
I am going to build a shed from scratch. Underfloor basement.
Hi, Mom! Oh, I can only see your forehead. Oh, you turned off the microphone. You turned off the camera, Mom.
Oh my God. Are you okay? Is itchy bum a symptom? Did somebody just cough? Have a vitamin.
Spent the day in bed.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Did you wash his hands?
The vaccine is going to turn us into robots. Who wants rustic garlic stew? Happy birthday to you.
Did you just sneeze?
Wash your hands.
We also get that. We all miss dancing. So break a leg, but with precaution. Now, following the lockdown due to the ongoing pandemic, fathers and men out there have been forced to get creative with ways to entertain their young ones and have some fun amongst themselves. And these men take the crown for the most creative men this week. Did you know that your food intake can protect you from coronavirus? It is important to watch what you eat during this pandemic and even after to boost your immune system. Here are some tips that might help you through this. Avoid eating processed food. Reduce or eliminate sugar or starch in your diet. Choose plant-based whole foods. Eat enough protein. Limit or avoid alcohol. If you smoke, quit. As we continue to look after our health, being in quarantine can play an important role in preventing the spread of infectious diseases. However, this may bring forth a set of mixed emotions from confusion, loneliness, and fear. We just want you to know that it's okay to feel what you are feeling. You're not alone, and there is help if you need to talk. Just follow these steps. Now, one of the organizations that have been kind enough to offer free counseling services are out there. In case you need that professional help, please call this number, that is Kenya Red Cross, and their toll-free number is 1199. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Good and Happy News TV. We are looking forward to more company from you, sharing with us all the good things that are happening up and about and around you, as we share with the world that there's always a silver lining in every dark cloud. See you next time.